be 6 weeks pregnant and super duper duper tired. We had a huge day. It did not go to plan whatsoever. So yeah, basically we woke up and then I was studying for a while, and then we went shopping quickly for some food stuff, and then we came home, and that's sort of when everything went weird. Last night I had a really amazing sleep. I slept solidly, and the first time I woke up was a bit of a shock because I was the first time I'd woken up all night. Usually I woke up every single time I turn over. I woke up suddenly and in a rush because I realised I was on my back, which obviously heavily pregnant you're not meant to sleep on your back. Just the weight of your uterus and bulb and everything can crush your vena cava and stop blood flow to bulb, which is not good. So obviously I was panicked about that. And so I sort of just lay there for a bit. It was early hours of the morning and I just waited for Bub to kick, and he finally did 2 kicks, and I was like, okay, back to sleep. Went straight back to sleep and don't think I woke up again until, oh, that was really cute. I wish the camera got that. I went back to sleep and I didn't wake up again until 7, 8 a.m. And I didn't pee once during the night, and even when I woke up I didn't really need to pee. I'm actually still shocked by that. So yeah, I'd felt Bub move early hours of the morning, but he didn't move with breakfast, and was it at lunch that he did the 1 kick I felt? Yeah, so he moved once at lunch, but I was waiting for him to move heaps at lunch because he hadn't moved at breakfast, and that was weird. And then he only did 1 movement, and I was like, okay, this is really weird. Maybe it's because I've been sitting down all day and I'm not doing much. So then we went shopping, and I was like, you know what, if he hasn't moved while we're shopping, then I'll ring up the midwife. He didn't move at the shops. Sorry, my bra strap's tight, so it's making me way more short of breath than usual. The Eagles play today, which is why there's a huge pile of Eagles stuff. We're also going to the game next week, which is why the stuff is staying there so I don't lose it. Before I called the midwife, I had a tin of pineapple because I felt like pineapple and it was sugary and cold. So I was like, okay, we'll have that. I've got hiccups. That definitely makes him kick, and it didn't. And I was like, but he still didn't kick from that. So then I rang up the midwife and was like, look, he kicked early this morning and he kicked once today, but it's really unlike him. When do I start to get concerned? How long do I wait? Do I wait? Blah, blah, blah. She basically said, go have a sugary, cold, really cold drink. Sit down and concentrate on Bub for an hour. I'll ring you back at 3:30. Yeah, 3:30 it was. And see where to go from there. So I did that. I had Powerade. We had cream soda, but I felt dehydrated, so I was like, Powerade seems better. I wrote down what he did. He didn't kick. He had 1 kick, and then 2 little wriggles where he just moved, but didn't really do much. There was no big kicks or anything. He just shifted position. But yeah, she was like, well, is that normal for him? Does he usually move during the day, during the night, what time? And I was like, he's usually awake all day, annoying me, and then he's actually pretty good at night. It's fairly... Every now and then when I go to the toilet and come back, he'll be wriggling a bit, but I generally can wait it out. It's only a 5-minute wriggle, and then he's back to sleep again. She basically just wanted Bub to get traced on the CTG, but she was like, but it's not urgent, he's still moving, so we'll just see how busy they are. Apparently they weren't busy, so Billy's about to fall off the bed. Good choice. So I went down there. I left Luke at home because I don't know, I knew that there was nothing wrong, but I was still worried that something was wrong. And if anything was wrong, then Luke could have easily driven there. It's not that far. Plus, this time I packed my hospital bag, which means, of course, I wasn't going to stay the night because I'd actually prepared to. I got there and that was that. She just did the trace for 20 minutes. That's all they need. But because he didn't have any awake episodes in that 20 minutes and he didn't kick the entire time except when she put the gel, when she was putting the CTG on to feel his heartbeat, she put it on his ass. So he just got this really cold lube on his butt, and he was like, and like wriggled away from it. But that was the only wriggle he did in the first 20 minutes. So she came back and she was like, well, he looks fine, but he hasn't woken up yet, so we'll just keep watching. And then she left again and came back and he still hadn't done anything, so she was like, okay, would you like some apple juice, orange juice, or something else? I can't remember. So yeah, I said apple, and I also asked for a glass of water so I could take my antibiotic. Still nothing for ages. And then just before she came back again, he had one tiny little wriggle episode, and she was like, oh, we're starting to get something, so we're just gonna leave you on it for a bit longer. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've been here for so long. But yeah, he finally like woke up and had a good wriggle, and she said, that's fine, that's good, I'm just gonna check with the doctor, which obviously made me apprehensive because the last time they said it was all good, checked with the doctor, and I ended up staying the night and getting all these tests done. But yeah, it was all good, the doctor was fine with it. They were slightly worried because I'd had reduced movements before in the past, but then they realised it was like 10 weeks ago, so I was getting tightenings. Another midwife came in just to check on me at one point, and she was like, you're getting a few tightenings, can you feel those? Are they, or something like that. And I was like, yeah, definitely, because they're sort of painful. I didn't say that, I was just like, yeah. She was like, are they uncomfortable? And I'm sitting there like, they're uncomfortable, but they're not, like they were milder for my contraction-y, whatever you want to call them. So she didn't seem too, I'm getting one right now, 1 second. She didn't seem too fussed. But yeah, I'm semi-glad that I'm not imagining them. They actually are happening, because I keep getting these like, it's like my whole stomach goes rock hard, and sometimes it feels sort of like gas pain. Like when, it's really hard to describe it, but my whole stomach goes rock hard and I get like a period like cramp across my tummy. But sometimes it's really hard to pinpoint when it starts and when it stops, or it'll have like, it won't be like a steady wave, which is what you imagine a contraction as. So I wasn't sure if I was actually having them, but apparently I am. I don't know if they're Braxton Hicks or like the early labour contractions. What are they called? Pre-labour? The ones that like prepare your body. I don't even know if they're the same or different than Braxton Hicks. But I am getting them, so I'm like glad that I wasn't imagining it. So I got not sent home, I got sent out, and then by this point I was meant to be at a party. So instead I skipped to Subway, grabbed some food, and then went to the party I was meant to be at. Luke joined me there like an hour later, an hour and a half.
It was one guy who got distracted by football.
Yeah, he was meant to turn up at 7 and didn't turn up till like 7:30. He had my jumper and it was cold. I had to steal Mika's fiance's jumper. But yeah, so then we went to a party and we've just come back from that.
Okay.
That's beautiful. You should see the shadow on your face. Another But yeah, so we're really tired and this is an update.